Hey everybody, welcome to the next commentary. Today we're actually looking over a VOD of mine. Unfortunately, during the VOD, my dog was barking an extremely long time, so I just stopped recording because I didn't want the dog barking to ruin the video. But we're going to still be looking over it because I think it's a good casting game to showcase what this champion can do. So we'll go over basically everything that we did to make it so we could win this game. This is a game where we were pretty damn far behind. I think at 14 minutes, we can look at the goal chart after the game, but at 14 minutes, we were like 5 or 6,000 gold behind. So during the early game, it was definitely not very good for us. Or I guess that's like, yeah, 14 minutes is about early game. Anyways, Kassadin is a scaling champion. Early on, you kind of just want to farm out. We're playing versus Vex. I'll show runes in just a second. Let's just go over what you want to do during the early game as Kassadin. As you can see, I just use Q on her, and you don't use Q to actually punish people. What you want to do is that you want to use your Q on Kassadin to actually give yourself a shield. So what I did there was, during that trade, she used her E auto attack. Those deal magic damage, and procced electrocute on me, and I shielded myself and hit her back. And the shield made it so she did way less damage. So that's our main goal. We started with a Doran shield because this is a high harassed lane. She's going to be auto-attacking me all the time underneath my tower. But overall, I thought she was going to use an ability there. Like, I just used Q, as you might have just seen. Thankfully, her Q missed there as well. But my main goal is stepping up and using my Q whenever I have an opportunity to go for a creep, and I think that she's going to punish me during it. Right here, I can't really do anything about being so far away from her, so I can't press Q on her when she outranges me. But, like, right there, I tried using it for her W. It didn't work out overall, but as soon as, like, the next wave is coming in, she just used all of her abilities. So to quickly show you, these are the runes that I'm taking. They're pretty standard Kassadin runes. You take Second Wind with the Doran shield to make it so whenever you get harassed a lot, you can make it so you can hopefully survive. Because as you can see, you get really, really low. Right there, I was actually letting her jump on me with her fear and everything because the Nunu was actually spam pinging for ganks. So I was purposely letting her jump on me because if Nunu ganks and she has her fear available, she'll just fear the Nunu away. So I actually purposely stepped into her to try to make it so she would use it, because maybe if Nunu lands Snowball, we can like burn her flash, but it didn't work out for us. She probably based, or she did base, and I TP'd back mid because there's no reason to not just immediately use the TP, because I'm going to try to make it so I get a little bit of this CS back, because during the early game, you're going to be down a little bit of CS on Kassadin, but that's not that really big of a deal. You kind of just want to wait until you're level 6. That's when Kassadin becomes a champion overall, because that's when you get your Rift Walk. Believe it or not, Kassadin's damage is basically all his ultimate. You know, many champions, once again, I used the shield right there, to the magic damage shield for my Q, to make it so Vex would deal a little bit less damage. This is actually a pretty bad spot to be in because the wave isn't fully crashing, so I'm a little vulnerable, but I am looking at the mini-map, and I'm doing this, you know, in my actual game. I did turn on Fog of War, so we only can see our own vision, but we do see Udir's bot. I have Nunu roll up mid and give me a nice trade as well, but this was a bad spot to be in because the Udyr could easily gank me here, but we saw him just gank bot, and now we see that he's going towards our Raptors. And yeah, we just need to be aware before 6, before I have my dash, of our surroundings, because we don't want to accidentally get caught out. This is a pretty bad spot for Vex right now, because she's actually quite low, and also she's flashless. Wait, no. No. Sorry, that's later. She does have flash, but she's in a pretty bad spot. I'm actually really close to level 6 here. In fact, I don't know why it's not showing my own... Oh, there we go. So you can see I'm almost level 6. So I'm actually wanting to try to get her, but I actually get heavily punished. I overextend here. This is a really good situation to be in, because you can actually kill her right? If I reach 6, I can jump on her and probably get her. So I'm trying to go on her when she's trying to go for the wave. She's using all of her abilities on the wave because the wave is the thing that she needs to push in to fix this terrible situation. But I do a good job at holding it. But now we're at a huge dilemma in the game where if you're ever in this scenario where you're winning super hard and then suddenly they reset, and you don't feel confident at shoving out yourself, you get into this weird spot where, okay, I did what I wanted, which was I made it so they reset, and I denied a whole entire wave because I let it slow push towards me. So as you can see, her creeps killed all of mine, so she lost an entire wave. But now I'm stuck mid, and I'm not healthy, and I have no potions, so this would be prime time to have anybody on my team help me. Literally anybody at all. It could be your support coming mid lane and shoving out with you, anyone. But, I already know what's gonna happen, because obviously I'm the person who played it. You can see we're already down over 1,000 gold, by the way. It looks like we're 1.3k behind. But, I see where Udyr is, so thankfully he was just topside versus my Nocturne here, so I wasn't too afraid. And also, if you're wondering, why does it feel like you see more inside this VOD? I am zoomed out. Right here, I'm going in on purpose to try to get her fear because the Nocturne is hard committing near me. As you can see, he's a top lane Nocturne player, and I'm trying to make it so she didn't have fear, or she just doesn't have abilities available to make it so she has to burn her flash. She is low, but the issue is she does have Ignite, so this is still a pretty scary situation to be in, because if we get ignited, we actually can die. At this point, I actually think my mistake here was not just spam pinging my jungler to come help, because this should be free to go for this Vex here. As soon as the Udyr bases, I think we eventually see him leave, but the reason why this is free is because we have a slow push towards us, so this wave will crash towards me, or she needs to use her spells on the wave. So if I just patiently waited for him to do red buff, and then ping for him to come mid, she has no flash. There's literally no chance of her escaping if she is still shoving, that is. And she was. As you can see, my Nunu started rolling a snowball bot. Imagine if he rolled a snowball mid instead. So I overcommit. I even flash in a straight line like an idiot and get myself killed. Because it doesn't matter how good you are at a player, you can make mistakes just like that. So I die for free. Give her a free kill. This is one of the reasons also why we're falling behind. As you can see, we're now 2.3k behind, and I lose this wave too. But like, this sets me immensely behind. But there's one thing that Kassadin does that everybody knows about, which is that he scales really, 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 really well. In my opinion, a lot of people meme on the whole Kassadin level 16, you know, the clock meme. As he levels up 8 out of 16, and then when he reaches level 16, it's time, right? That's when he just completely kills everybody. But I think that it's honestly level 11. Level 11 is when you have level 2 ultimate, and that is your main damage ability. As I mentioned before, it's on a very low cooldown. It has ramping damage, so every single time you use your ultimate, even though it costs more mana, it deals more damage. Right here, I'm hovering my Nocturne because, as you can see, he's actually doing the Rift Herald. He's not having a good time top lane this game. I think he kept on getting ganked over and over again. His CS is actually pretty good, but if he was being punished, but I think eventually we see him like 0-2. What happens is I go back mid because I'm like, all right, I'll give the Rift Herald to him, but then Vex rotates over and he actually just barely gets it. I got scared, so I start rotating back. I should have just stayed with him to do the Rift Herald, now that I look at it. So he dies, but he did get it, which is worth, because he was in a bad spot anyways, so might as well use your time to do an important objective like that Rift Herald. But yeah, level 11, in my opinion, is the go button for Kassadin, because finally your main damage source is level 2. That's the thing. When it's only level 1, you do a little bit of poke. Like, look how much damage I just did to that Udyr. It was a decent chunk. But that's the reason for it, right? My Q, my E, it doesn't even matter what level these things are. My Q barely deals any damage. Even at like max rank, it like barely deals any damage. The damage is 185, right? That's like nothing. My Vex rotated bot. I did ping, and in fact, my team knew that she rotated bot. Wait, did they die? No, they didn't die. Wait, are the kills all bugged? Oh, they are. Oh, now they are. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Vex rotated bot. I don't know why that's such a weird thing to... Okay, anyways. Vex rotated bot and killed my teammates, even though she walked over vision control. They just... As usual, it doesn't matter what elo you're in, people just think that they're not in as much danger as they might think they are, and die for it. Where they're like, yeah, but like, we see her and she's so far away, like, what is she gonna do to us? And then suddenly, what actually happened was the Nautilus flash hooked, and they instantly got CC chained and died. So, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna be shoving out the wave here. She also, look at her items, she has a Liandry's already, and all we're going to be focusing on is getting one kill on basically anybody, because Kassadin just needs to be even with everybody else to be OP. The thing is that why he's so good at snowballing out of control is because his kit and his scaling means that, if you're even with other people, what scaling means is that you're just stronger than them because your kit is better. So even though you're completely even gold, you're a stronger champion because your champion does more than others. And it's because he has consistent damage, burst damage, one of the best mobility in the game, right? You have a blink on a like 6-second cooldown. I tried to collapse bot lane because we tried to go behind Vex here to get these guys, but unfortunately they both died before we even got there, so once again, another failed play. We're now 4,000, almost, no, 3.5k behind, which is not good at 12 minutes into a game, but that's okay, because once again, we are Kassadin, so we just go back to farming here and trying to see what we can do. Nunu actually pings that he wants to go over this wall to steal the dragon, and he does do that, so... I rotate over because I'm like, you know what, maybe I can get Scuttle Crab or something, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm leaving, because I'm not going to be able to help with this. But he got the dragon, which is fine, right, because we can play for soul. He already got 2 of them. It's not bad. Thresh starts fighting here. I actually didn't want to do this fight, but I decided to do it anyways, because I'm like, you know, if you're committing, am I just going to leave you? I could have left here, but I decided to go back in because I was like, any kill is huge. Vex is worth 1,000 gold. If we kill her, it's huge, right? It would bring us back into the game. And also, we're playing a champion that is ridiculously good when you are even, as I mentioned earlier. She doesn't die to me. She actually dies to Nocturne, so Nocturne is the one who gets the 1,000 gold. And you would think that that brings us back into the game, but we're actually, like, now 5.5k behind. So it's just becoming worse. It's getting way worse over time. And also, now that shutdown's off the table, so, like, I can't even grab that anymore. So, it is what it is. I use my TP mid because I want this wave. I would have not been able to collect most of it because I was, I would have to rotate all the way back. I just spawned, so I didn't want to miss that much because at the end of the day, levels are important. So getting as much CS as you can to stay somewhat even though she has all these kills, I think she's even level with me right now. And this is important. I have 2 deaths, no kills. She's been part of 9 kills this game, but because we did a good job at least doing laning phase stuff around staying mid when she leaves bot and pushing in waves, we actually made it so we could stay even levels. Right here, this Gragas, I decided to go for him. I think he's worth 450, so I actually get this shutdown. And this is when the whole entire game starts snowballing. So, as I mentioned before, getting 1 kill can completely open up the game. Because now, Thresh lands hook on her, I get 2 kills here. But the reason why I rotated top is because there was nothing to do mid lane anymore, and we weren't even 11 as well, which is even more impressive. Remember how I said level 11 is when we become online? Well, we were level 10. But every single moment that you shove in a wave like this, the wave is in, you have an opportunity to do something, whether it's take tower or roam. And what I decided that is the Gragas honestly was stepping up pretty often, so I decided to go for him. Once again, I get another kill. So now I have 3 kills. You already know what's going to happen now, right? We went from being 0-2 to 3-2. I'm online. I'm level 11. I'm strong. I have a good purchase. Have my full Everfrost now. But when I rotated top versus the Gragas, I went on top of him with my Rift Walk to make it so he can't body slam towards the Blast Cone, and then I purposely hit the Blast Cone. I'm sorry that it was like 1 minute ago, so if you wanted to relook at it, I purposely hit the Blast Cone to make it so he can't use it to run away, and then we just stayed on top of him with the Nocturne and the Fear from Nocturne to just CC him. Because even though Nocturne was really far behind, I knew that we could still go for it. I'm just doing a little bit of poking here. I'm so damn strong at this point. You can see that I can Rift Walk forward with no fear versus a really fed Vex, who actually probably has more gold than I do, because she has that Needless, and I only have a Kindle Gem. And also, her Mythic item is more expensive than my Everfrost, too, by 400 gold. So I go side lane now to collect the wave. It's good to side lane on Kassadin because you're very mobile, so not many people can ever catch you. And I see that there's a lot of pings mid lane saying that we should be defending this tower, so I think I start rotating back. I don't even remember if a fight breaks out or not. I think nothing happens, they just back off. So I go back to going top. I don't have TP for a little bit, and you might hear all these, like, pings going off inside a chat. You can't read it or anything. But they're basically saying that Dragon's coming up. That looks weird. So they want to do that. So I actually base and start rotating because the Dragon's going to be up before my TP. So I want to be at the Dragon not after it spawns and maybe my team's already on it. I want to immediately be there. So what I did was I bought a stopwatch because I couldn't afford other items here, like a blasting wand. So during this fight, the main goal is to try to keep good stacks on my ultimate, and then also land it on important targets like Vex. Oh, this guy immediately steps up, so I just start a fight here. Honestly, I feel like any fight at this point should be won because they need to have like multiple people on me focusing me to win. So all I'm doing is just pressing R on top of people. But the person who walked in, and this is important, if you're kind of grouped with your team and you're playing a champion that is kind of tanky, because I went Merc Treads this game, because Merc Treads, they all deal magic damage, I can just Rift Walk immediately on top of this Nautilus here. And then their whole entire other team has to somehow one-shot me when my whole entire team's here, plus I have a stopwatch, so I feel way safer. So we get to start the fight by chunking Nautilus by 30%. That's just free damage outright. Some people like to think of team fights as basically damage checks on both sides. So depending on the team comp, their team comp is tankier than ours. But let's just, for the sake of the video, say that both teams have 5 players, and all 5 players have the same 2000 HP. So that means that both sides would have 10k HP. Basically, when I Rift Walk forward and do a little bit of damage, we instantly now only need to deal 9.5k left, right? Because let's say I did 500 damage or something. I probably did do around that much. I feel like maybe I did more than 300. I did Rift Walk plus W and EQ, so I might have actually done that much. But to immediately start a fight by chunking out anybody, it doesn't matter if it's a support or not, is huge. And then also, I'm super tanky because I have Merc Tread, so I'm not scared. And if they jump on me, I have the stopwatch to defend it. Right here, I was looking for Vex because she just shoved out bot lane. So if I do find her, we could just immediately just run her down. That's what Kassadin does. And they are actually kind of doing this Baron play here, so I decided to TP in on this ward to immediately help out my team because we're good at chasing down. So I just hope this Nocturne jump on the Kaisa, and then you can see they're all committing for my team. But my Rift Walk, E to slow them, Rift Walk again, and then Gragas do stopwatch, Rift Walk again. I'm completely fine at just continuing to chase people down. The Udyr was pretty far away, and the Baron is available, so immediately peel off of it because there were some people that died, so maybe we can do it. Right here, I'm waiting inside the brush, waiting for this guy to step up, and then I immediately engage again, because once again, we have this stopwatch available. I actually use it because I'm really deep here, so I was afraid of getting CC chained. The Vex didn't even use her fear, but it could have been kind of risky to do. And our main goal is kind of playing the outskirts. If we're a little low, as you can see, I'm starting to be like, alright, maybe I don't want to go in, because if I do, it could be pretty bad. But when I'm full HP, just jump on their face with your ultimate over and over again. You will be dealing a lot of damage, because it deals what? It deals 232 plus 100 per stack. It stacks up to 4 times, so 4. That we'll just round it up from 97 to 100. So basically every single Rift Walk deals about 650 damage, and it's on a 2-second cooldown. Now, of course, you are mana gated, and that's why you need tier on Kassadin. Because it costs like 800 per cast, so I can only do it like 3 or 4 times. But that's enough. You're literally dealing like 650 right now. 650 damage every single time you press R. Right here I was looking for Gragas, because I figured he might maybe face check me, but catching Gragas is hard. I used Everfrost to lock him down. He has ultimate, he has phase rush, you can see how fast he is, so he just jumps or runs away, uses an ultimate. But that's okay, getting his ultimate is good, because I'm not a champion that's gated by my ulti, because mine has no cooldown and his is, so. And we're still losing the game, but all we need to do is do the dragon and we get the soul. The game actually lasts quite a bit, because we do a little bit of throwing. Just because you pop off with Kassadin doesn't mean you can't throw the game, and you'll see that. I go a bit... I overextend a little bit and eventually die. Right here, I'm actually super scared that the enemy team might collapse on me, because we don't have really that much pressure on the map. So I'm trying to shove this out without being scared of, like... I haven't seen Vex in a while, and I don't know where Nautilus is, and even though I have many dashes, I'm not trying to burn, like, an important summoner like Flash. So that's why I was, like, playing kind of safe. Because I didn't see where... I saw where Kaisa was, but Nautilus and Vex have been missing for a long time. So, wasn't interesting getting caught out there. Right here, my team engages really hard on Udyr. Honestly, I didn't really understand that, so I just didn't follow it up. He's like one of the tankier ones. He is full tank. That's all he has. Once again, I'm not gonna take that. The main goal is, once again, using our ultimate on the squishy people. So, this is our sold point, so getting this basically wins us the game. So I finally go over the wall. I'm looking for a little bit of damage. I rift walk away, because you can use it to, like, reposition yourself. And then I immediately went for Kaisa, and I'm trying to help the Nocturne. And then I go on Gragas. This Gragas actually carries the team fight. I had to go out because, as you can see, they all started focusing me. So I knew that I was eventually going to get collapsed on, but I insta-die here. I actually tried to rift walk on top of these two, and I almost killed, and then I had to flash out. And this is what I mean by we threw the game. What honestly I should have done is maybe just not rift walk towards them, but rift walk away. I actually have TP at this moment, so what happens is Nocturne was low, and he backed and healed, and then TP'd back into the fight. And that's what I could have done as well. And that would have made it some healthy again, and they would have also been low. I kind of thought that maybe I could get a kill with... I was fully stacked Rift Walk on top of the Udyr, but it just didn't do enough damage. And we actually lose this now because of that. So that's what they're doing right now. But for general build path, you can go any mythic you want. I think Everfrost is still one of the best because you can lock people down, and you can use that to chase people. Like, you can rift walk towards the Vex, lock her down, and then rift walk on top of her. Also, your Seraph's Embrace as a second item is also pretty good. Zhonya's, because you're melee, it's one of the most important things. At this point, we're so close to level 16, as I mentioned earlier. Level 16 Kassadin is really, really, really broken because it makes your ultimate have a 1-second cooldown. So you can run people down, and your ultimate deals like 1,000 damage every single time. Because once again, Kassadin's damage ability is his ultimate. It's not other abilities. His other abilities are this. It does okay damage. This is a slow, mainly. That's what you use it for. Use it to slow people down. But all of Kassadin's abilities are relatively low cooldown. Your W has a really good AP ratio, but the active damage, as you can see, is only 150 at max level, so it's not too insane. But once you have a huge amount of AP, and I think I get like 550, this deals like 600 damage. So right here, I'm trying to harass this Gragas. This Gragas is actually really fed, and also I took a turret shot. And also he has a passive, which heals him for 200 on an 8-second cooldown. So he's just going to continue healing himself up. What I tried to do was actually see if I could even duel him, because he's level 16, and I'm 14. He is extremely over-leveled. And I think I make mistakes, or maybe I play too scared when I maybe shouldn't. I would just immediately kill him if I was 16, easily. The only reason why I'm not even wanting to fight him is because he is so strong. He actually has more items than me. I have 3 items, he has 3 items, and a Needless. And that Needless matters a lot. Gragas has, his W gives him damage reduction, and it's basically always up. So 30% damage reduction, almost always available. My teammate got caught out, so that's what happened. I actually die here. He played it so good. What he did was, he used Q in this brush, and I thought to myself, wow, okay, I rift walk forward, get outplayed, bro. Now you don't have Q, which is one of your main damage abilities. And he knocks me into the Q that was in the brush. And how Gragas Q works is that the longer that you wait to detonate, it deals more damage. So I actually didn't expect that, and I didn't even think about it. So after I already got hit, I already pressed my R key. So by the time I pressed my R key forward, I was like, oh crap. I already got hit by everything, so I'm just dead. So I die. And I make another mistake. But thankfully, all we need to do is still just wait for level 16, and we're gonna be just fine anyways. Also, I'm going to start building a Banshees. This is kind of a weird build path, but once again, they are very AP heavy, and there's one thing that they didn't buy, which is Void Staff. Because I already have Merc Treads, and I'm starting to build more Magic Resist, this guy has a lot of AP, but believe it or not, I'm pretty sure if you go into like Practice Tool, and you look at the damage from a Death Cap versus damage with a Void Staff, just because I build some Magic Resist, he's actually going to be really weak. So I don't want to fight this guy anymore unless my teammates come, and he is pretty overextended. I actually Everfrost him under tower here, so we actually get huge poke on him. And then my Nocturne comes in and tries to help with getting the kill. And this is big, because this gives a lot of EXP, so now we're like 1 EXP from 16. I get the cannon, doesn't give me enough. But now we get to see level 16 Kassadin. So my team wants to fight here, and they keep pinging. They actually don't wait for me to back. I was going to TP flank as well, so I'm like super late, but it's whatever, I'll clean up afterwards. Both of their carries are here, so we can just jump on them, continue spamming our Rift Walk. We get level 16, so we can level that up inside of the middle of the fight, and now we can just spam the shit out of it. So we're Rift Walking over the wall away, over back in, and then once again do it again. Now we can also go for this guy. We have Presence of Mind, so we're just getting a crap ton of mana back every single time we kill somebody. Not to mention your W, if you did not know, has an interaction with, if you hit a champion, you get a % of your missing mana back. And it's, because it's a percentage, that means if I'm at literally 0 mana, it gives me right now 25% back. 25%, because I have such a big mana pool, is enough for a max charge Rift Walk. And we already know how much damage that deals. It deals like 1,000 at this point. So you can actually, because everything has such low cooldowns at this point, do so much. So we start rotating towards this dragon because we want to make sure that we get our soul point, and it just recently spawned. So I'm actually going to go for like a flank. Once again, flanking on Kassadin is very easy to do because... And also I let my Rift Walk expire. It's important to, you know, only stack at the correct times. You don't want to join a fight and already be low mana. So I'm just chilling, waiting for my teammates to arrive, be ready for the fight, Rift Walk over. This guy hits me with Hook, which makes me lose my Banshees, but I'm like, whatever. I immediately go in. I actually go in and then leave, as you can see. I even get Nautilus ultied. So I just blew a lot of cooldowns there because the Nautilus tried to hook and also hit me with that. And because I wanted to stop them from having an opportunity for them to all be near my team to steal the dragon. So I stopped Kaisa and I stopped Gragas from stopping or having the potential to steal dragon with their abilities, with Udyr also coming in. So that was my main goal. So I went forward, used all of my abilities to slow them, and then immediately left. Because I'm not trying to do anything until we actually get the dragon, but also we burned a lot of important cooldowns, and that's why Kassadin's so broken late game. You have a 1-second dash. Not many champions can get ulti by Nautilus and dash 2 times to get out, then dash back into the fight, and still have more dashes available. It's just absolutely crazy, right? We're not even that ahead, as you can see. We're only like 1,000 gold ahead, but it doesn't matter at this point because our champion is too broken. I'm going to do blue buff here. There's no reason not to. I don't have enough mana for Rift Walk, which is why I'm not even using it on the blue. And then I just run away. We can reset here. And then I actually sell my Amp Tome and buy a Needless because I'll actually speed up the clip a little bit because nothing really happens for a little. I don't want to Void Staff. I actually want to go Death Cap next. I also buy a blue pot because the next fight should be the last fight, right? As long as we can position ourselves correctly, all we need to do is just spam our R key on top of any carry, and we can do a lot. So, I go side lane, start shoving it out. My team immediately starts a fight. I don't remember what this was about. Thresh got caught out, but we traded for Vex. So, this is actually worth because Vex is more important than our Thresh because she's really fed, but also the mid laner. Support isn't worth as much as mid. And I'm just chilling, seeing if anybody's maybe going to step up, look for vision control or anything. There's no objective available, like the Baron. It's not up. So there's not really much to do. And also, my teammates also, I think, were typing at the time, saying like, yo, let us base, don't get caught out. And we actually can lose the game. If I accidentally, I don't know, step up and then get caught out by like a Nautilus ulti or something, it could be pretty bad. We do have the Banshees and stuff, but I'm not trying to do too much crazy stuff. Also, this is kind of important. I just cleared out mid wave even though it's inhib down, right? That's okay to do because that super minion would have taken the whole entire wave. I actually went mid and took the wave myself. And what that does is it makes it so we're not getting denied by our own supers. Because as you can see, nobody's mid. This is the issue with supers. It's actually dying. We're losing creeps here. So, when I was mid, I actually got the whole wave, so we actually didn't deny ourselves creeps. Now, a fight's gonna break out. I just want to join any fight available, so I'm just chilling. I go on this guy trying to defend my ward. As you can see, my teammates get into a little bit of a skirmish, so I just start rotating over. Spam my R key, go on top of the Kaisa. R again, press R again, keep on R'ing. The Gragas just gave up. He doesn't even know what to do. He can... There's nothing that he can do at this point. We're Kassadin. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Kassadin commentary and understand everything that I was trying to do this game. Hopefully I didn't get to too many points where I'm starting to talk about something important and then I skip it and go over something else. I definitely don't like doing that. I try to always go back to what I was speaking about if I ever forget, but pretty good game, you know, of being really, really far behind and then coming back. So this was the game here. And as you can see, we were 5,000 gold behind. We were even still... behind here. The blue team is us, so all of this red is literally the enemy team having a lead on us. Did I die here? No, didn't. I died here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary nonetheless. Thanks for watching, and was I going to show something else? The gold chart? Oh, the damage chart. And here's the damage chart. So, as you can see, did most damage on my team. No, wait, I did most damage in the game by, like, 18 or something. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully it was educational and entertaining, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!